Hey, yo, what's going on in Dubai? Man, they done released a weather machine and flooded the whole city. It's crazy, y'all. In this video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that'll make you question reality. Oh, and something new that I want to tell you guys about. I do have memberships now, so you guys can click the join now button down below and become a part of the community where you have access to free emojis, emotes, and all types of stuff for the chat. Also, there's 2 tiers, and I will be releasing exclusive content for certain levels, and you'll be able to see the videos a little bit earlier than everybody else. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of that today. A year and a half's rainfall in 24 hours. Look at that. Man. And you know Dubai got all them nice cars too. Ooh wee. I hope they got good insurance over there. Man. Dang, they done lost their patio set. Dubai known for their gas and their oil. It's all bad. Now, you know, it's crazy because it's a desert, right? They're literally out there in the desert, and it's like an ocean right now. A mud ocean. They had a mud flood over there, or they're about to have one. People can control the weather. That's crazy. That mug came out of nowhere. Look.
Dubai is currently experiencing some of the worst flooding it's had in years after the government's been experimenting with cloud seeding to create artificial rain, which, as you can tell, has gotten out of hand. And while some people in Dubai have been enjoying the rain, for most people the flood and storm have gotten so intense that it's starting to break through the roof of most buildings, leaving massive amounts of people stranded in the roadway. And for those that are trying to get away, a lot of them are flooding their engines, leaving their cars stuck and broken in the middle of the road. Unless you've got a Tesla, then apparently that thing is a submarine. And it's gotten so bad that in the last 12 hours, Dubai's gotten more rain than they typically get in an entire year. Government officials in Dubai have told people to stay home and stay safe, but as you can tell, Dubai's infrastructure was just not built for this amount of rain. And sadly, it seems like the worst is yet to come, with a second storm coming and adding to the current one. This is today at 3 p.m. It should be bright outside, but as you can tell, the cloud cover is so thick that it seems like it's night. Now, how much of this is cloud seeding versus natural Mother Nature just taking its course, we don't know exactly, but I think it goes to show that you just do not want to mess with Mother Nature, because if you do, things can get out of hand very fast. That's my opinion. What do y'all think?
You know, so a lot of people are saying it's like weather control or cloud seeding or whatever they got going on in Dubai, which it has been proven that they do that over there, right? So all the people who say they don't control the weather, I mean, they clearly control the weather. But what if this was just a natural event, right? Because there has been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And what if Dubai was just meant to be flooded right now? Like, what if the world is changing and the desert is going to become a wetland again? No, I see things like this, right? And, you know, if this was to be controlled by somebody, you know, and it could cause flooding like this, and, you know, we have these histories of these mud floods. What if that's all that was back in the day, or the big floods was just a big weather controlled event, you know, where they wanted to literally flood all the lands. And that's what they did. And certain people knew that it was going to happen because they were the ones doing it.
I assure you, this is not normal water. If these people on this boat saw what exists over in this area, they would not be able to comprehend what they had just seen. And after speaking to people who have sailed over in this region, I now know what exists over here, which I didn't know 8 months ago. Now, what you guys might be thinking is this water is just called glass ocean, which is when the water is so calm that it looks as if it is made out of a type of oil. And technically, that is true. That can happen sometimes, but there's also another reason for why the water might be this calm. Now, this intel comes from people that I've spoken to who have been beyond the ice wall. They have told me that the farther away you get from civilization and closer to the great beyond, that there are a lot more deep sea, gigantic creatures. Here we got the Leviathan's Gate. There are these creatures that guard all of these openings out to the
Godzilla.
new area. And because they are so massive, that the resonant frequency of the animal makes the water so calm and still. And that's why it appears just like that.
So we got Godzilla's guarding the ice wall. Okay.
Weather modification did it again. Dubai is completely flooded with over 5.56 inches of water in less than 24 hours. Dubai has never seen this amount of rainfall, and they're still trying to get these conditions under control, which, I mean, you can't if you're seeding the clouds and you're using weather modification. You know, how do you get this under wraps? Water is rushing in through ceilings, through shopping malls. Planes cannot fly out. Cars are being stalled and abandoned. Schools are shut down. Airports are shut down. Businesses, buildings, homes are all being abandoned. The infrastructure is breaking away. And these heavy rainfalls are due to active cloud seeding operations. These planes flew 7 missions over the past 2 days to initialize maximum rainfall. Well, guess what backfired? They had more than a year's worth of rain in just a few hours. Cars are literally being abandoned. And they're learning real quick that you cannot drive through water if you have a motorized vehicle. Don't do it. What they thought was going to be a lush atmosphere turned out to be a complete disaster because of cloud seeding. Weather modification is no joke. Yes, it is used to increase precipitation, but it is also controlled by you-know-who. And the particles that they are putting into the atmosphere, of course, this is not a list of what is really in those, but you can bet that this has a huge deal in what is going on in Dubai. Climate is a weapon of war, and don't think that they are not utilizing this over these areas. If it's happening in Dubai, it is going to happen everywhere else. But I do love that they are taking full advantage of disclosing that they have done this, and it's highly likely that the deadly destructive rain in Oman, Dubai, was made heavier by human-caused climate change and the elites, and due to a combination of heavy cloud seeding and the existing meteorological conditions. Heavy rain distributed, and there was a lack of adequate drainage system, so they were not ready at all for any of this water at all. So
Yeah, do that even make sense though? Right? You got a whole town, they're not ready for any rain. They have no drainage system, but yet you're out here cloud seeding for rain, but you're not ready for the rain.
as we pray for Dubai and the people here that are experiencing this phenomenon, we also need to take in high consideration what HARP and what these weather modifications will do for our country and our people as well. Education is going to be key. Disclosure on these type of weather modifications and HARP is going to be key, because this is no joke, and this can be in our backyard next.
Dang, man, your beamer messed up now. That's
That is not a time lapse. That's just how much lightning is happening.
Crazy.
They out there going in circles.
So OJ Simpson has died. Finally.
Why did she say it like that? Finally. Like, dang, she just been waiting on this day.
And now the stories are to unfold. A lot of people are going to be coming out. One, Nicole Minette, she had an NDA and she just broke a story. I'm going to tell you all about it. She has been waiting 29 years to tell this story about OJ. So she was a junior at USC working in Topping Student Center on campus in 1995. She was an administrative assistant to the president of student affairs and in the work study program. And in early 1995, Robert Shapiro and Robert Kardashian, they were both USC alumni. They walked up to her desk. They said they had an appointment with her boss. And she was studying to be a criminal defense lawyer with a dual major in poli-sci and international relations. So she knew who they were. The meeting lasted about 30 minutes. After they left, her boss took her outside and under a tree, smoked a cigarette for the first time in years, and told her to sign an NDA. She needed to sign this NDA because he didn't want her to confirm that OJ's lawyers were there for a meeting. Then he told her what the meeting was about. Before OJ could graduate from USC, the university had paid off 2 families of 2 blonde white girls that he had dated and battered. They had both gone to the LAPD to report it. One claimed that he sexually assaulted her in their relationship. The school had a vested interest in OJ, with him being a football player, and they protected him at all costs. So OJ had been in custody for 6 months, and the lawyers were in the discovery process for the trial of OJ's friend Robert Kardashian, who knew OJ from also being a student at USC, thought it would be best if these stories never came to light. So a large check was written, given to her boss, and then they left. She'll never forget holding that check. So if you haven't heard this, this is just an example of what the stories are going to be coming out and now about OJ. And kudos to Nicole Minette. Not only am I proud that you're coming out and now speaking about this and doing what's right, even though it's years later, she changed her major to philosophy and psychology because she realized that she would be doing more harm to society and didn't want to pursue law. She can't stand the Kardashians. She thinks they're nothing but rich thugs. You judge.
You know, I don't care for the Kardashians either. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out about OJ Simpson now. RIP to OJ. That's all I'm going to say.
Humans were once able to control the sun. Have you ever wondered why every country doesn't allow anyone into Antarctica, and why it's surrounded by military blockades? And why the richest banking family in the entire world owns an entire island there? This is because of an ancient civilization once known as Hyperborea. This civilization once had access to solar technology and advanced energy, which allowed them to control the sun and moon. They were visited by an extraterrestrial civilization from the planet Nibiru, who gave them this knowledge. This civilization was destroyed in the Great Flood thousands of years ago, but explorers found the remains in recent times. This story was wiped from mainstream history so that the elites could control it all. It's rumored that they were able to reconstruct some of the technology, which is interesting because many people reported seeing strange movements in the sun and moon during the recent eclipse. So have they figured out how to control the sun once again, and what are they planning? This is all just a theory and not proven to be true, but many people claim...
Listen, I don't even know where the sun is at this point.
Perhaps these people who say they've been beyond the ice wall are schizophrenic, but that isn't stopping them from getting with their friends and going to South America and then sailing all the way to Antarctica and sending me videos of just them being over there. One of them just recently told me, and this is a new person, that they're going to sail all the way down through here, past the ice wall, and then somehow get through the scorched waste, whatever these are, I don't even know what they are, and go to the real lands of Mars, which is on the next map I'm going to show you. So if you didn't know, according to flat earth lore, there's supposed to be another dome right next to ours, which is actually the other planets, but they're actually domes, and you can get through these giant ice walls that are even bigger than the ice walls that we know that are around us. And if you zoom out on this entire map, you'll see like 100 different places. Yeah, see, look at all these. This is apparently what like the whole universe is. Alright, so this new guy that I have not talked about on this account yet just told me that he doesn't have the right technology to go past the ice wall, but he sent me this blueprint of something that he's designing that will apparently take him past there. If anyone could tell me what all this means, you take a screenshot right now. There's also this one, but it's supposed to be some type of submarine. Oh, and he also sent me video of when he went to Antarctica a few months ago, and he saw what he said was the ice wall down there. He said they weren't able to go any further because of an invisible force field that is apparently being powered in the Grand Canyon with some type of sediment that exists only there, and there's a secret hidden military base that he's trying to infiltrate and get rid of some kind of stone that is stopping him from going over there. And he said he figured this out by doing some golden ratio calculations. And so the Grand Canyon apparently is some like center of the earth or something. But yeah, what do you think? Is this guy telling the truth? Or is it all fiction?
I'm about to look into the Grand Canyon being in the center now.
I don't feel like looking for the video, but y'all know that video that be like, say the weird thing. 95% of the internet is dead. Look up the dead internet conspiracy theory. A majority of these people that are in these comments that are trying to argue with you, that are trying to confuse you and stuff like that, baby, they NPCs. They're meant to try to piss you off. They're meant to confuse you. They're meant to try to distort whatever it is that's going on out there. They're not real. And when I say NPCs, I don't mean like the actual definition of NPCs. I'm speaking on my terms. NPC to me is somebody that's literally choosing to not see what's right in front of their face. An NPC is someone that's choosing to try to antagonize you. Just a conspiracy theory and just my opinion.
Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
What if the Girl Scouts is actually just a cookie company that uses child labor to sell their products?
What?
If you think OJ Simpson actually killed Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman, you're actually dumb. And if you don't believe me, by the end of this video, you will. OJ was 100% involved, but when it comes to actually murdering his wife and her friend, that was his son, Jason Simpson.
Whoa.
Now, Jason was a chef. That was his job, and he was planning to cook for Nicole and the kids that night at the house. But Nicole bailed on him that night to go to a restaurant to eat instead. Listen to this. At the time, Jason was on probation. And guess what he was on probation for? Threatening his boss with a knife. At that time, Jason Simpson had been taking anger and rage-reducing medications. And he was off these meds at the time of the murders. Jason Simpson also has zero alibi for where he was for the night. He was caught lying about where he was. First, he said he was with his girlfriend, but that was confirmed not true. So then he tried to change it to that he was at work. But then it just kind of turned into nowhere because he wasn't a suspect, so no one said anything. Also, the knives that he had that night for his chefing job were all unaccounted for. Like the whole set. He just said, I don't know where any of them are. People said the glove didn't fit OJ Simpson because his hands were too big and the police might have mishandled the evidence, causing it to shrink. Or maybe it was just someone with slightly smaller hands. And when this whole case unfolded, OJ Simpson only got one other person a lawyer. His son. Despite him having apparently no involvement. So what people think happened is Jason got jealous because clearly he was going through anger episodes. He went too far and accidentally killed them both in an outrage. He calls his dad OJ and he pulls up and he realizes that his son is never going to see a day of freedom again. But with some money and some illusion, maybe they could all get out of it okay. OJ Simpson has the high-speed chase. All eyes were on him as the guy who did it. And everyone is actively searching for evidence that OJ did it, pulling everyone further away from the idea that it actually wasn't him at all. OJ Simpson, when he died a couple days ago, made everyone in his family sign an NDA. It's kind of messed up. Because it makes you think, like, bro's dead, like, what are you still hiding? Well, what if the NDA isn't actually that crazy because OJ is trying to protect someone who's still alive?
Yo, it makes sense, don't it? That's messed up, though, man, that you'll, do that to somebody over some chicken dinner.
Understand something. What I'm here to tell you is something that you don't want to hear. So the algorithm is programmed to make sure you don't hear it. Because there are biological entities. You ever turn on your phone and you be thinking about buying some chicken and an ad come up for advertising chicken? You ever be thinking about just doing something and it just pops up? That's because it's a symbiotic relationship between the frequency of you and the technology, the radio signal that's around, because you are a conductor. You are part of the Ark of the Covenant. You are a biological and electrical component connected to the organism and nucleus of the earth. And this is not just a bunch of words to sound good. This is what's actually going on in spirituality. It's understanding your spiritual existence and our connection to the reality and plane of existence in which we live in. But what I'm telling you is that I come from a very, very long road. And this road that I come from can only be explained if you understand this one thing. All of these people you listen to are false prophets, and it is said that they will come about. Now, while I was sitting in prison for 12 years, watching the world pass by, from 18 to 31 years old, all of these people that start popping up on social media when I came home in 2017, and then recently in 2022, all of these people are talking about stuff that we already been reading about in prison for years. So when they tell you that you warriors, that you prophets are still locked up, they're in there. All of these books about Malachi Z. York, who was reading these in the early 2000s. Let me tell you, I went to the feds when I was 18 years old. And when I went in there, all of them were aware and conscious. You would have thought it was 1 million Rashad Jamals with all the same conspiracies of Malachi Z. York. But some of them knew that some things weren't as literal, and they would separate the reality from the fiction, and they were coming home aware, and a lot of them were getting killed. I'm out here now and I'm about to publish the African American State of the Union. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm doing this to help y'all. I'm not screaming I'm this, I'm not screaming I'm that. I already know what I am. It's up to y'all to listen, get the information that I'm putting out there, to hit the subscribe, go check out the website and see what I'm about. I build websites, so if you need help contacting me, we need to use these platforms as a utility and a network. Get out of the matrix following all these people got y'all looking at the sun, moon, and the stars, and they don't even know what's going on. And they can't even help lead you out of Babylon. If you want to start the Exodus and be a part of the Exodus, you need to get in tune and tap in now, because I'm getting ready to start, because I'm here now.
Hey, you might want to do that, man. I mean, bro been locked down for like 12 years doing nothing but research. So, I mean, he might be on to something there.
All seen this crazy footage of the Dubai flooding. If this ain't the definition of fuck around and find out, I don't know what is. Apparently they did something called cloud seeding, which is where they produce artificial rain and make more rain come. And now look what's happened. Like,
F around and find out.
So Dubai is experiencing some of the worst flooding that it has ever experienced ever, leaving a large part of Dubai underwater. This is inside of the airport. People is literally walking in water, in a whole pool. Some parts are so bad that it's literally turning cars into submarines. As y'all can see right here, this car has went all the way underwater. Every day we wake up, we seeing stranger and stranger things to happen. Like I said, a large portion of Dubai is underwater because they got a whole year's worth of water in one storm, which is very much not normal, if you ask me. And some people are even saying this is the cause of the cloud seeding project that they got going on. But the UAE government denies that cloud seeding took place before the Dubai floods.
See?
But I'm curious though, what's y'all thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. We definitely living in some strange times.
Breaking news, Dubai is underwater, and essentially it all happened because they made it rain in Dubai, and now it just won't stop raining. So, Habibi, do not come to Dubai because it is a literal ocean right now, okay? Here's a look at the Dubai airport. This is not fate. This is not like the day after tomorrow, whatever that movie is called. It cannot stop raining in Dubai right now. The entire city's underwater. Like, they're just operating underwater. Nobody can leave. The cars barely work. Look at this. All flights and whatnot. It doesn't look like this will change anytime soon. In Dubai, to do this thing called cloud seeding, I'm not going to pretend to know too much about that. To me, it sounds a lot like they're just, creating weather. They know they're controlling the weather, but, I'm not going to get into that side of me. But essentially, they started to cloud seed, something that was banned in Tennessee recently. And this only made things worse. Like, they manufactured rain because it's so hot over there, and then it just didn't stop raining. Here's a look at the mall. Look at this guy. Where are you pushing the water? It's like, well, this guy just walked through. He's like, no big deal. I'm in Dubai. What am I supposed to do? And look at this. Like, people are just operating as if it's normal. Lucius, there's some places to go. There's a crypto convention going on in Dubai right now. There's a fella in the bar trying to, you're not going to fix that, buddy. I feel bad for him. The city of Dubai's infrastructure is not meant to handle all this water. They are not prepared for it. And over the past 24 to 48 hours, they've gotten as much rain as they usually get in a year or 2 years. More on the cloud seeding operation. I guess there was clouds, and that's when they do the cloud seeding, and they essentially just created this monster of a storm because the clouds were going to give rain. Whenever there are clouds in the sky, we can go cloud seeding operations from yesterday till today. We carried out 6 trips. And on top of it, tomorrow, the weather is going to drop like 25 to 30 degrees, 10 degrees Celsius. I think I got the conversion wrong. I don't care. Okay? Don't care. Well, I used Fahrenheit. So yes, Habibi, do not come to Dubai. Do not come to Dubai, Habibi, because we are underwater. We are underwater.
Yo, I'm not going to Dubai. I'll take that. Bro, how do you go to sleep? Like, where do you go to sleep at? Get a little floaty boat. You know what I'm saying? Get a little float boat. Float on that. Man, it's crazy, man. It's some strange stuff going on in this world. Do you guys think that was cloud seeding? Or do you think that was an act of nature? Even if it was nature, they could say it was cloud seeding just to cover it up. We won't know. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.